Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mantalk.ke. We're now familiar with this location. We're here in the Spotify studios in London, and today's episode is a bit of an interesting one. We have a red box here. I don't know if you can see it, but this is a game called We Are Not Really Strangers. So what me and Oscar thought we could do is play this game because they have different editions. This is the friendship edition. So the goal of today is to get to know each other better, and be prompted by cards rather than by questions. So I think it's going to be a good one. No tears.
Hi guys. First of all, I have to compliment myself. Jesus. I'm looking at the camera and I'm like, goodness gracious me. This is a game about opening up and I have to open up today. The boy is looking clean.
Okay.
Eli, you're looking clean as well. But today,
I
the
knew that.
boy is looking clean. Oh no. It's the first thing.
It's a good jacket, but
Goodness gracious me. What the hell? The second thing I'd like to talk about, and I'd like to welcome you to Mantalk.ke. Things get crazy here. The real reason why we're doing this is a guest who was a very high profile guest had other things and we had to be moved to the side. And this is our way of improvising.
That's not what happened.
So we're entering the store, and upon entering this store, we found a game called We're Not Really Strangers that asks us to open up. Now, Eli and I have done 100 episodes of coming up with ideas for ourselves. And this time we decided,
Sit back.
this time it's our turn to
Yeah.
benefit from other people's ideas. And
It's a good game.
so
We came up with this last night.
last night, by
Last
the
night.
way,
Last
at precisely 2 p.m.
Yes.
2 a.m. actually.
2
2 a.m.
2
actually. So, instructions for the game. The first, it says open up. And that's exactly what I'll do. I'll open up.
There's something wrong with this guy today. I don't know what's going on. Don't know what juice he had.
First thing, it's our friends are the people who get us, who ground us, who hold a mirror up to us when we can't see ourselves clearly. So, like any relationship, our friendship needs to be maintained with intention and care.
Ooh.
All right, Eli. So, how you play the game?
This is very Mantalk, isn't it?
All right, it's very Mantalk.
How do you play the game, buddy? How do you play the game? I'm seeing 1, 2, and 3.
I'm so happy. Level 1, perception.
Uh-huh.
Level 1 is about gaining perspective on how your friend sees you. It is also a test of how well you know each other. So that's this bunch of cards right here.
Perception.
All right.
Yeah.
Answer with the first response that comes to mind. If guessed incorrectly, feel free to reveal the actual answer.
Okay.
So just to gamify this a bit more, Eli.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching from home, we will ask you to score us in the comments. If you're watching us on Spotify, you can do that now. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can do that now. Watching us anywhere, you can do that now. Score Eli and I, and so we can do a tally up. And the
See
guy
who's been honest, basically.
exactly, and the one who loses does what, Eli? A dare.
Yeah, we'll do a dare on our socials.
On our social.
Yeah, so you should follow us there.
Exactly.
Number 2.
Number 2, level 2 is connection. Who are you really? This round is about asking the rarely asked questions and connecting on a deeper level.
Interesting.
Level 3, reflection.
Ooh.
Time to reflect on your game experience.
Nice.
Okay,
I like this. It's
all
going to be
right.
a fun episode.
Okay, so we have to go 1, 2,
Perception,
and 3.
reflection,
So go first.
connection.
Pick your cards right.
Pick a card, any card. I'm going to go for... You never go for the first one, do you? So I've got level 1. Here we go. This is a wild card. Off the bat. So you have to do this instruction, or I do.
Okay.
Okay. Scroll through each other's Instagram. We don't have a phone, so we'll choose another card. Our phone's outside the studio. Let's go again. So, perception. How many people do you think I have been intimate with? I didn't think it was this kind of game, buddy. I'll be honest.
You gotta answer it. Is it me who's answering
You
the
have to
question?
answer my one. Yeah.
You've asked. Yeah, like, how many people do I think you've been intimate with? Oh, it's a lot, guys. It's a lot.
It's not that kind of podcast.
It's a lot.
Do you know what I'm doing? I'm saving myself for marriage off the bat.
It's a lot. How many? Let me read the question.
That's
Give
what
us me the
That's what
card.
it says.
How many people? Oh my god.
Yeah.
You know my number.
I don't think I want you to say it. I'll be honest with you. I wanted to go to the next card. I'll be honest with you.
I'll say it. I'll
Say yours, but
How many? How many people do I think you've slept with? 15.
I'm saving myself till marriage. Next card. I'm saving myself till marriage. Okay, next card. You pick the card.
I
and then
pick
have
the
to
card.
answer. Yeah.
I pick the card.
Yeah, you pick the card. Now I have to answer.
All right.
We'll put the cards back in here.
What's one small detail you remember about the first time we met?
The first time we met, I remember
Small detail.
the small detail. I remember that when we were talking in the barbershop, just off the bat when we first met, like properly the first time, because we bumped into each other, then we met at the barbershop. And I remember when we were having a conversation, everyone seemed to listen. And I was very cognizant of that. That when we started talking, guys that were on the sofa, guys that were shaving hairs, guys that were on the reception, they kind of wanted to be in on our convo because we were talking about drink driving, our first conversation. And you notice everyone was like, yeah, and I think, and even this drunk guy got involved.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember? Because it was a Friday in the barbershop. This guy was having
Jesus.
whiskey. I know.
That is a
the guy
small
was,
detail.
yeah, the guy was having whiskey. And I remember we were like, what's wrong? Like, if you value your life, you value your friends, why would you put yourself in that kind of situation? And I remember now that this other guy started arguing and then we were like debating. And I realized that we were the catalyst for conversation. And that's when I knew this podcast might just work.
It just might
this
work.
podcast might just work.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, there we go.
That's
There
a
we
good.
go. It's a good
That's a
get.
good.
Listen.
All right, yeah, pick up the next one.
Come
All
on,
right,
come
let's
on. We are making a mess, aren't we? Jesus Christ.
It's fine.
Okay. What do you think I strongly dislike that most people obsess over? Something I strongly dislike that a lot of people obsess over.
Something that you hate.
I hate, but people obsess over.
Attention.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fantastic, fantastic answer.
Attention.
Yeah,
You actually low key hate
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You hate
yeah.
the limelight.
Yeah,
Low key.
not a fan.
Low key.
Not a fan.
And the worst thing is you carry all of that.
Ah,
or most of
God.
it at least.
Back
Yeah.
home anyway.
Yeah.
Because yeah, listen.
Yeah.
no.
Low key,
That's very true.
I feel like my boy
Mm.
really like
Mm.
struggles with it. Like my guy, whenever he gets to hey Eli,
Yeah.
then 1 is okay, 2 is okay,
Yeah.
but when it gets to 20, Oscar dog.
That I might call it a night.
No, I might call it.
I might call it a
I'm
night.
tired. Oh, it's
Yeah.
the same ones all the time. Hey.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Attention, yeah. Attention
It's
from me, I don't know.
And people do obsess over it. People really fight hard to get it. People
Yeah.
really like push hard to get that attention. And I've seen you kind of exist in this space where like because you're such a naturally gifted and good person, you get a ton of like attention and off of what you put out in the world. And, like,
Thanks, man. Thanks,
and that's not the type of validation that you seek.
No, I don't. No,
Yeah,
no,
so
no. Mine
it's a
is
powerful thing.
service and value. So
Amen.
attention is
Amen.
not.
I like
one
this
of them.
game.
It's a fun
It's
game.
getting
buddy.
hot.
It's a fun game.
Nah.
Just say what it is. Say what it is. Say what it is. Say what it is.
Nope. How many unread texts do you think I have right now?
83. 83 specifically. 83 exactly. And that's cross-platform.
Oof, that's actually very close.
Yeah, 83.
That's actually
cross-platform.
crazy.
We're talking
I know
DM.
that's the number of texts I know I don't have. It's actually 86.
Oh gosh, is that on WhatsApp?
On
Other platforms are
on my
available.
on my Instagram. No, not Instagram. On my
Email, WhatsApp.
no, on my text. Like
What? Why? And what puts someone in a category of no response? I know we've gone off, but it's fine.
yeah, it's like I'm often in this space, so it's like I've gotten to a space where people text me where they want a lot, and I don't really,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the conversation is done. Like why are we,
Yeah.
you can call me, and plus on top of that, I'm often busy, and then there's also those annoying promotional texts.
Some
companies is sending a lot of promotional texts, but then also at the same time, I don't check my texts as often, so like there's a backlog of that. And yeah, it's coming from a place of disorganization, not snobbishness. I'm just not as organized as I may seem on camera. So
Yeah.
I think I'm at.
Are you in
86.
any of those WhatsApp groups?
They're cool.
Where
Yeah.
it's just absolute madness.
Yeah.
There's just the most inappropriate pictures. There's inappropriate videos.
You're sent
and-
for inappropriate pictures and videos.
No,
yeah.
like no, not like that. But there's like a group, and then
Yeah, you
someone
know, this
tries
is about
to be funny.
we are not really strangers, Eli.
Level 2. Go to level 2.
No. Let's go. Let's move to level 2.
Level 2. Level 2.
Level 2. Oh, level 2 is where we should have been.
We should have been level 2.
Yeah.
Say less. We've gone from perception to connection. All right, let's do it.
What are you still processing?
What am I still processing?
Oh no, we're sticking with level 2, my boy. What are you still processing right now?
This is a good game.
Yeah.
I really recommend getting this game.
What are you still
I
processing?
think I'm still processing. I said this in our very first episode in the studio. I'm still processing the fact that failure is like a very big part of my life. Like I've never wanted to associate myself with that.
Yeah.
But I'm processing that, you do things and sometimes they don't work.
Yeah.
And that was a consequence of you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So for me, that's probably what I'm processing. If in terms of like events,
Are you sure that's what you're processing right now,
Huh?
Eli? Be honest.
What do you think?
Process. I agree with you, but like we just came from a crazy experience like 15 minutes ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not on a theoretical, like on a practical level. Okay. We were just getting changed,
Yeah.
and there was somebody that was probably my childhood hero. The changing rooms are split in two ways, and he was on this side, and we were getting changed on this
Jesus.
side. But I didn't even, yeah, because I'm in the zone now recording. I forgot that happened. But
Can you imagine?
we've just come from there, and I was actually in the same vicinity as my childhood hero. I won't say who, just in case. But like, yeah, we were getting changed here. He was sat there because he normally sits there. If you do the maths, you'll figure out who that is. But I think, yeah. The thing is, when we start recording, I kind of come out of. I'm like here now.
I'm still
You're
processing.
still processing. Yeah.
I'm still like, yo.
Yeah.
Like, yo, we're in that
national
space.
treasure.
We're in
yeah.
that space, Eli.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
come from Kenya to this space.
Yeah.
Let it
Yeah.
sink
Yeah.
in. I'm wearing a jacket, kids, that was made for me. I'm processing that. What do you mean? Hey, let me pick the next card. In fact, you pick a card.
Oh yeah, it's mine.
My God.
Okay, yeah, true. What's the hardest part about making new friends for you? The hardest part about making new friends.
Oh man, I've entered this really interesting space where it's like, and oh man, this is gonna slap. This is gonna slap. This is gonna slap because I remember we had this conversation. A lot of the experiences that I came with from home, a lot of the life choices that I made from home, and a lot of the kind of baggage that I carry emotionally. When I came here, I really realized that everyone that I'm meeting who's meeting me right now, everyone who's meeting me at this point in time, at this point in my life, is like meeting me from when they have no context as to what happened and that breakup that happened, that fight that you had, that job thing that you weren't really comfortable with, the words that you came with, and they're meeting you now.
A fresh slate.
Yeah. Every single person that you're meeting from this point onwards in your life, you're meeting them it's a fresh slate. They determine who you are off of what you give them at that point in time.
Yeah.
And it's such a powerful thing because I feel like in Nairobi or in Kenya, like, because you're so used to seeing the same people after an amount of time, you forget that there's a whole new world. So like here in London, it's been people are meeting me and like giving me my respect and giving me their love and giving me their attention and giving me their friendship off of the investment that I make today.
Yeah, that's powerful, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dog, like just the fact that like it's a fresh slate. It's like, oh, you wanna get into finance? Okay. Yeah, there's a guy I know you should go. He sits down and he assesses me. Oh yeah, this guy, he's about that life. Okay.
Yeah.
He has the next conversation and the next conversation. Oh, you're trying to podcast, you're trying to shoot in London. Okay. Every person's making an independent assessment of you at every given point in time. Even today, when we walked into the studio, some people have made an assessment of us. They're like,
Yeah. Everything is a fresh slate, and I think one of the things I've read and then always kind of low key implemented in my life is changing locations, and I've seen that happen I think 4 times in my life.
Yeah.
Changing county, changing country, coming back to the same country in a different context. Like it's probably one of the most refreshing things to reinvent yourself every single time. And that's why people say that the one thing you should do in your 20s is leave where you grew up.
Yeah.
Whether that's leaving the county, whether that's leaving the country, like leave where you grew up, go and explore and have the opportunity to start afresh. Have the opportunity to start afresh.
Man, wow.
Yeah.
Next card.
Card.
This is
it's a fun game. It's a
now,
fun
now
game.
we're in the rhythm. What are you proudest of yourself for? And you have permission to brag.
Does that literally say you have permission to brag? I'm a bad boy, man. It's like, yo, listen. Listen. Let it out. I'm bad. I got like, yo, there's a few things that people can't do that I can do, and that is outwork someone. Like, and I've realized that's a trait that I've had. Sometimes it's a negative, but genuinely, like if you put me and somebody else, somebody more skilled than me, like I'll just outwork that person and I'll get to that result before that person. I don't know where it I think it comes from. I've said this a few times. It comes from watching how my dad has operated all of his life, like watching his trajectory and where he had to come from to get to where he's going, and his principles, I think they were passed down to me since I was like an infant. Like seeing him come home at odd hours because of work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's what it takes. And then shadowing him, going to do projects, I'm like, that's what it takes. So I think I learned that was just the standard. And I've taken it now with every opportunity and privilege. I've now taken it to a different level, but now using the same tools from somebody that was like an orphan from a village. So I've got his principles, my own personal drive, and then a privilege. So like for me, I know that whatever situation I'm going to be in, whether I have to work or I don't have to work, I'm going to outwork the person that's next to me. I think I'm really proud of my work ethic. I really am. But like we said in the last episode, it's having that still compassion for myself, because having that like, go thing sometimes can drain you as a person. So I'm proud of my work ethic.
5.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Next card.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Okay.
It's facts though.
Yeah.
It's facts though.
I don't know. This doesn't count because you didn't know her. This says, did you have any thoughts about my ex that you didn't voice at the time? But you didn't know my ex.
I didn't know
you didn't know my ex. I thought you could be like, yeah, but I know. Anyway.
I did you with that, but then I'm not gonna.
Nah.
So I'm a gracious man.
Yeah. Rate your happiness level at your current job on a scale of 1 to 10.
10.
And this is a 2-part question, buddy.
These guys have me dripped out. What you asking me?
What would make it 1 point higher? This game was made for us. If you had a magic wand and your okay, if you want to take your job from a 10 to an 11, what's the one abracafrickin'
LeBron James.
Okay. There's room. There's room. Okay.
LeBron James.
James. That would make your job now.
Let me tell you something.
Would you sign off? And
let me tell you that there are three names that if we get,
Uh-huh.
every time you see us get them, you know it's 11, it's 12, it's 13.
Uh-huh.
LeBron James.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I'll even give you till 15.
God.
And LeBron James.
This is not what the question was, but okay, yeah.
Yeah. You like, because you see, the thing about podcasting is it's the people you interact with, it's the conversations and all that. And I feel like if we somehow manage to get to the people who've inspired us, for example, the example of your childhood hero growing up, and you being that close to him, I don't think I'd have your composure. No chance.
Yeah.
If it was LeBron on the other side of that wall,
he'll break the wall.
I'm sorry. Arrest me, cuff me, take me to jail. Game 6 Braun. That's the form I feel like. I told you. This year is Game 6 Braun. This is the Celtics finals. You know what I mean? Game 6.
Yeah.
I'm like right now, in this moment, I'm channeling LeBron James. I'm seeing him right here.
So safe to say you like your job at the moment.
Oh, goodness.
You like your job at the
I love my job at the moment.
So basically having your dream guest would take it from
10
10
to 11. Plus, I feel like, okay. Then, guys, for context, like, you have to understand with podcasting, like, you get to meet the people you look up to. And the fact that, like, I'm a media entrepreneur now, it means that I get to choose the life I want to live. And that's not something I've had before. Where it's like, you really get to pick when you go on holiday. Eli once said something very powerful to me, guys. And like, I'll say it to you in the camera. Eli once said something very powerful to me. He said, imagine your entire life, you might not get to, when your holidays will be in either April in Easter or December in Christmas. And that's what it means to work a 9 to 5. And I remember when you said that to me, I was like, oh my God, I never deeped it that way.
Yeah, you can literally see 40 years.
Yeah, you can really see 40 years into your future. It's like April and Christmas, those are the only times you might have an extra week to spend with your family. And that's not to take away anything from someone who works at 9 to 5, but like when you have the opportunities that we've kind of managed to crack open and this kind of niche that we're occupying, I was like, yo, man, make a choice, And I might still end up working at 9 to 5, but like in this time when I'm studying, man, I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this. Man. I'm really happy.
Yeah. It's a 10, huh?
It's a 10.
I can see 10. There's a glow. There's a glow. It's Beryl, when you do this one, just zoom in on Oscar's glow.
I'm really happy. I'm really happy.
Love that, bro. Love that.
It's my turn.
It's your turn, buddy.
Let it be one about an ex, please.
I have one ex, and she's one of my best friends. So.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Yeah.
Aww. What made you smile today?
So I was in the change room earlier, and there was a wall, and my childhood hero was there. I looked in the mirror and I smiled. But before that, today, okay, this happens quite a lot. As of January this year, my whole day is made up of, so outside of podcasting, I do other things as well, right? But every venture I'm doing at the moment is mine. I'm in control of it, and I'm doing things I enjoy. Like,
Yeah, facts.
and and all of them have an element of purpose to them.
Facts.
And I think that's the intersection that people try to find in life, like
Yes.
purpose, monetary. You know, the ikigai, right? Purpose, monetary, and then what the world needs. And today I woke up this morning and I was like, my day literally is made up of recording a pod and also making some content for clients and sending a few emails and checking in with my PA. I was like, that is my whole day in the middle of the week, end of the week, sorry. And I really smiled when I was in the shower this morning. I smiled. I'll be honest. Yeah, it's a good life.
It is
It's
a
a very good life. Yeah, but it doesn't come without like the
work.
It's been a very ghetto place to get here. But since January, I've been doing everything I want for myself from morning to night. So yeah, again,
and you work very hard. But
thank you.
Let there be no fallacies. You work very hard.
Thanks, dude.
Right.
No, it's me.
Oh, it's your
turn.
turn.
Yeah, to ask you.
No, stay at 2.
Do you want to stay at 2? You want to stay at 2? We can stay at 2. We can stay at 2. We can stay at 2.
Stay at 2. Like 2.
All right. This game. Who made this game? Who made this game? I need to find out. If you could relive an iconic day in our friendship, what would it be?
Oh, you know the day.
An iconic day.
You know the day. Won't he do it? Hey, you know the day, Eli. I don't even need to say it.
How do we tell this story without telling the story?
Oh, no.
Let's use isms and just
I mean, I'm fine. I don't know why you're using isms. Me, I'm good. We feel the days of isms are over. We're in London now. The days of ismsing.
Oh, it's gonna go from bad to us
to Worcestershire. From bad to worse
to the worstest to the Worcestershire to the worserist. Tell the story, buddy.
Hey,
one day.
Let me tell you. One day we decided to go to Atam for my birthday.
Goodness.
Hey. And hey. Yeah, okay, I might have to use an ism.
Exactly. Use an ism, buddy. You gave way too much context already.
Yeah, man. I feel like, when I went to Watamu and like me and the boys were, and that actually led us down this path.
That's crazy. That trip was
Yeah. Where it was like we were shooting for a client, and shout out to that client. They were really blessed us at the time, and we went and we shot this fantastic ad. With all of our friends, and it was this fantastic holiday that just happened to be my birthday, and everything went right.
Yep.
Everything went right. Like every single thing possible went right. Every single thing. If I could go back to a moment in time, I'll never forget the moment for me. I thought the moment for me, I'll say it, when I was in a swimming pool, and someone's daughter had her legs wrapped around me.
My goodness.
And then I heard Eli behind me say, won't he do it? Would the Lord our God, would he do it? Because the moment I saw that lady, my goodness me, I was already in the sky. It was done. And I remember that moment when I turned behind me and I saw Eli celebrate.
Catch it!
Oh my God.
Why would he do it?
Oh my God. That moment, that 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I feel like it defines our friendship.
Because we just come from a pep talk.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
We come from a pep talk and you're like, tell me.
Tell me what to do. Because first of all, guys, for context, the girl in question was like a 15 out of 10 for me. Like she was just beautiful. And she was funny and she was smart and she was all these things. But she was only there temporarily. And like, for some reason we connected. And then suddenly it was like, okay, like we're talking. Then Eli pulled me aside and he asked me, okay, Oscar, do you understand what's really going on here? And I'm like, what do you mean? She likes you. And I'm like, nah, come on. There's no chance. But then we tested the hypothesis.
The word was overt. I believe I said from this point on, you have to be overt.
You have to be overt. You have to lay it heavy.
Yeah.
And I was like, heavy?
Yeah.
I was like, you're like, yeah, stop being a gentleman. And I stopped being a gentleman. And that's the point where this podcast ends.
Yeah. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? All right, let's jump into, I think, do we go into 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no, that was mine. That was my question.
So it's my turn?
Won't he do it?
So won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
I'll never forget. You and Victor screaming at the back. Shout out to Victor. Oh, this one's reflection.
Ah,
Thank you for being understanding of my dash. What do you thank me for understanding you for?
thank you. Oh, this is a good game.
Yeah, this is a good game.
Yeah. There's the arch. What do you do it? What do you do it? Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic game. There's so many cards, so many episodes.
Won't
in here.
he do it?
Won't he
though?
do it? Thank you for being understanding of my process, because that translates into a lot of facets of our friendship and business. I have a certain way that I like doing things, and you're patient and respectful of that. If it's a decision, if it's the way we talk to a certain person, if it's the different steps to take. I think, perfect example, the other day, something came in our inbox, and then you were like, let's respond. And I was like, can we wait? Do you know what I mean? And you were very respectful to be like, okay, I hear you. Let's wait. And it turned out to be like a good call, right? I think that's why our friendship and our podcast works. Whenever one of us makes a decision, we say, if I don't get it, I still respect it.
Yeah.
Like when we're coming up with the name.
African sauce.
And I was, now it's African sauce. Yeah.
Sprinkling
African
it in.
sauce. I remember, now this is why, now I obviously do the same thing to you, because you were like, I think we should do this. And I was like, I can't see it, but I trust your judgment. So now let's work. Let's do it like that way. But I think the reason some people fail when it comes to either friendships or business is that you're so obsessed with your idea being the one that goes forward that you forget to account for someone else's brilliance.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that you respect my process when we're doing friendships or when we're doing business, because that's why we win.
Guys, I respect his process in other ways.
Yeah. Overt.
Guy.
Hey, listen. We do this. Reflection. This game. When was the last time you had a big win? How can we celebrate? The last time you had a big win, and how can we celebrate?
Oh, I think the big win for me is something that will surprise many.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the yacht, but okay. That's
Hey, we are going to share this episode.
What a day.
Yeah, but the big win for me, I think, has been I like realizing the fact that like you're like, for me, the big win has been just when I came to London and I thought like you're alone. You're dropped into a different economy, different people, and like all that you have going is your personality and yourself and your stability. And I remember before I came, and I told you I went for one therapy session with the last therapist that I used back when I was going through my tough time, and she said that, Oscar, keep your identity. Everything else is shifting sand. And shout out to her. And I have stuck by that. And me holding on to my identity and to who I am and bringing it into every room. I enter every room as myself. I enter every room as, this is Oscar. There's no facades. There's no being fake. There's no schmoozing. And even the things I feel like are my weaknesses that I work on privately, I feel like I can share them. It's just that I choose not to. And the people around me really love me. My boys in class, my group of people, the Chamber of Secrets. They know themselves,
and they love you for you,
and they love me for me, not for for anything. They're cheering me on with this Spotify thing we're doing. They're cheering us on with Mantalk, cheering me on the classroom, like helping each other out, And I feel like that's the biggest win I've had this year. This has been a huge win, but the biggest win for me is that, and knowing that Eli's here now, but Eli's finding me also like, I have an ecosystem here. And he's like, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That for me is like a huge win. And the way we'll celebrate is that you're going to meet these people.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you're going to experience, like what I'm experiencing, which is this warmth, love, and kindness from people from all over the world. And that's a powerful thing.
Yeah. That's incredible, man. I think I'm very excited for both of our worlds to collide. Because I'm bringing my boys, you bring your boys, and I have a feeling it's gonna be a very, very.
It's gonna be lit.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very fun day.
Yeah,
very fun day.
My turn. Ooh, my broski.
Talk to me.
When do you feel closest to me, and what are we doing in those moments when you feel closest?
There's a little podcast called Mantalk.ke, and when we're sat at the mic, and we're talking with a guest or talking with each other, and then we can communicate without speaking, that's when I'm like, we're the most locked in. When we're doing what we love doing and there's a guest here and maybe you can feel that something needs to shift and we give each other like an eyebrow and you already know, boom.
Yeah.
I remember the first moment it happened, the very first moment it happened was actually, it might not be where you remember, the first moment it happened is, and I knew that we could communicate like that, which is very key when you're podding, was at a certain restaurant we were recording at, literally the second season we did it, as just me and you. And I remember we used to eat during those episodes, and we'll have an eggs Benedict and a salmon Benedict, and then you had something here. And I remember, you picked up on my signal on camera, and I was like, there's a telepathy here.
Synergy.
Yeah, synergy.
Synergy.
And that's when I was like, we're very, very conscious of each other. Yeah.
That's a good
answer.
Man.
Yeah. We're on Trez.
Yeah.
Okay. Wild card. Both players must set an intention for your friendship and then compare. We set an intention for our friendship and then we compare.
Okay, done.
I have mine.
I have mine.
Okay. Do we just say it?
Yeah. Go. What's yours?
Do we say it at the same time?
No.
Is it one word or is it like a whole thing?
It's the whole thing.
Oh, it's the whole thing.
Because I know what I want.
Okay, you go first. Because I read the card.
I want to be the one who tells your son about you. I want to be the one where hey, I've seen you did this with my dad, and like I have to tell him like, okay, so what was my dad like growing up? Oh my God, that day. Is there a day like that? Is there a day?
Yeah.
What was Eli like when he was in his 20s?
In his prime.
Yeah. And I'll be like, listen.
Well, give us a snippet. Because I want to know.
Listen, John. Your dad had the city on his neck. He had the city around his neck, used to wear it like a necklace. The phone calls I've had to endure.
Oh, because they always call you.
Yeah. Oscar, I feel like I need to talk to you about something. Hey man, you guys, I'm so proud of you. The things you're doing with Eli. Is he just a British guy who's just like, is he a sweet boy? And I'm like, guys, you don't get it.
Yeah.
There's much more to you than meets the eye, man. And there's much more to you than meets the eye. Everyone sees the suave, Kenyan James Bond.
Bad boy.
The boys from Meru. Yeah, man. And I feel like that would be me and you are going to make memories that are gonna last us years. And like we'll be old and grey and like fat. And like our wives will be there, and probably golf club wives, country club wives.
Oh dear.
And like kids who, probably will be, if you don't discipline them right, we'll have no understanding of just how hard out the mud we had to like get what we wanted.
Yeah.
And people always assume with you like it's like you don't work hard and like you don't have the ethic to win. And I'm like, do you think that I would pick to work with Eli as closely if I didn't see a winner? Get what I mean?
Yeah,
like
facts.
We choose each other every time in business and in friendships. Like, and I feel like if I got to share that loyalty and that like perspective with your boy, yeah, man, he'd learn a lot.
Yeah.
There's nothing he'd show us that we haven't seen.
There's some stories. Let me tell you. Yeah. No, that's dope, man. We laugh, but that's very, very sweet. Very, very
facts.
Sweet.
You and I both. And your daughter, if she comes around, she'll never know. Don't worry about that. I'll keep you safe.
And that's what we're going to say about that. That's a beautiful intention. That's a very beautiful intention. I should have gone first. I think.
Don't change it.
No. I'm trying to think how to articulate it in like a concise way. I think my intention for our friendship is for us to remain us throughout the journey.
Yeah.
And for us to continue being honest with each other throughout the journey. And in doing so, impact and help and be of service.
Yeah.
But regardless of what happens on the outside, at the core, there was a reason we invested for 3 years our own cash even when it wasn't available. Like there's a reason we did this. There's a reason I remember there was one moment where we were meeting at a cafe and you come from a meeting with a guy that said that we'd helped him with his mental health issue that was very scary because it was on a knife's edge, so to speak. And we brought him onto that safe side. And I remember you came to that meeting and you won't mind saying this, like your eyes were like glassy.
Yeah.
Because you witnessed somebody saying how impactful it was. And I think that kind of emotion and care is something that I hope we carry on regardless of the noise, regardless of, everything that can come with it.
Yeah.
I really hope our intention stays the same and that we share the same goal as we do this bad boy journey.
Amen to that.
Yeah, amen to that. Amen to that. This is
Last
this
two
is a good
cards?
game. Last two cards. We got No, did you take? Oh no, yeah, I took mine. I said intention. Yeah.
So this is mine. The last
one more each.
All right. What inside joke of ours will never stop being funny?
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? Don't leave me hanging.
Hey, won't he do it? Won't he do it?
Oh God!
Won't he do it? No, there's more. There's so many.
Oh no!
There's so many.
Oh no!
There's bad to was
to Wasa
to
the Worcestershire
to the Wasserist to the
Worcestershire
to Worcestershire
Worcestershire sauce.
Bad from worse.
Oh my God!
And there's so many. The bossa nova moment. That's like an inside
there's a
thing.
million.
Yeah, there's a million. There's a million. That was a quick one. Let me do one more. We've got time. Okay. What was the hardest? This is bad grammar. What was the hardest for you to open up to me about? What made you feel safe? The hardest thing you've had to open up to me about, or what made you feel safe enough to do so? That's what it should say.
Oh, man, but opening up to you is never hard, dog.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
Okay, hardest.
Hardest.
My past, like the shit I went through. I think, when I was telling you, by the way, the context, and I remember making that decision actually. Now that I think about it, when I was saying like, oh, by the way, when it comes to certain topics, like you're gonna notice that my emotions may change, or there might be a demeanor I have that's a bit dark, and I was like, bear with it.
Yeah, there's a reason. There's context to it.
There's context to it. You remember when I told you like, when it comes to things like love and relationships, like I went through some things when I was younger that were like, and like I said, now I've left them behind, and it's a stage that I've put distance in. But and I thank God, like I regret nothing. Because if it wasn't for that path that I walked, and if it wasn't for the issues that I faced when I was younger, I wouldn't be the man I am today. Facts. And I'm thankful for the journey. Facts. And I thank God for everything. Even there's a quote that says, and life gave me pain. And it took me for a while to realize that even this is a gift. And that gift of pain and that gift of going through certain traumatic things really gave me the drive, the realization that we don't get to choose what we lose, but we get to choose how we win. And you know, I always tell you, when someone says, this is the pie, take the knife, cut it for yourself. Because when it's time for life to take from you, it won't choose. It won't choose what goes. It might, the thing you care about the most might actually go. And like, so when you tend to choose for yourself, when you have an opportunity to choose for yourself the life you want to live, choose the very best life, because like, that's a gift that life gives you. And like when we got to that place where it was like, I need to tell Eli about this. Like he can't work with me closely if he doesn't know that. Like, and I've seen people, once I confide in them that way, I've seen people like judge me for it, because they're like, but you're such a big personality, you're such a so like, why did you go through that emotion? Why was that so hard for you? Why was that life experience so hard for you? And like, you didn't judge me. You said, dog, I get it. I get why you wanna. I get that's what's in it for you in terms of you wanting to invest in Mantalk, because you've went through something that most men, the answers were coming from other, other sources of the internet, and that's always been the big advantage with you. It's like, my boy, I can tell him. I'll tell him. Yeah. It's calm. I'll tell you. Go. You want to tell him? You think he doesn't know? Find out.
Yeah, facts. That's true. I remember that moment actually. Yeah, it's been like a gradual opening each door, and then this, and then this, and then this. Yeah. And
then now here we are, where I was telling you, like, now here I am, and I'm interesting apparently.
Yeah. Facts.
And the people who I'm meeting now don't have that context. They don't have that context of the pain and the hardships that you went through, that your friend group knows, that your other people know, people heard of you through this way. In London, everyone's like, nah, they meet you the way you are.
There you are.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad you feel safe to confine in me, bro.
Always, dog.
Yeah, man.
Always.
Yeah. But genuinely, this has been a fantastic game. That's my cards. This has been a fantastic game. This is the friendship edition of We Are Not Really Strangers. I think it could even be a segment that we
we shout out to
There's so many cards. So many cards.
And guys, this isn't sponsored. We picked it up in the shop.
Oh no, yeah, just now on the way.
Just now on the way.
Vibes.
Shout out to them.
So yeah, we'll be keeping this as a segment. I think it's fun.
It's fun.
And there's different variations we can be doing. But I hope you enjoyed this episode
half as much
as we enjoyed making it.
Because we had a ball. We're looking clean.
Come on,
Jesus.
listen. Dash.
Go
See you next
home.
week, guys.
Bye.
Peace.